Yo, guys. Oh man. First of all, I gotta start this video out by saying, I don't even know what to start this video out by saying. It's this, man. If you've already seen Infinity War, don't spoil it in the comments for people. Please do not. I'm doing, some of you guys justice here by not spoiling it in this video for you, because I think this movie, and I can't stress this enough, is something that needs to be experienced blind. You don't need to do not stay away from as much as you can. Use every ability, every power that you have to stay away from the internet for the next couple days. Stay away, because if you haven't seen the movie by Monday, then I'm sorry, you can't. I can't really say thing. But stay away from the internet. Stay away from spoilers, please, as much as you can. This is a movie that you need to experience. You have to experience this movie, guys. You have to experience this movie. With that said, this video won't be like a review. It's just gonna be more, I guess, my initial thoughts and my reactions, and I'll try to keep this as spoiler free as I can. But even by watching this video, I feel if you think it's going to affect your viewpoint on the movies and stuff like that, please don't watch this video and watch it after. I wouldn't want to say this is a review, because a review is more focused and centered on, it's more focused in on certain key points, certain elements and things like that. I'm just gonna share my pure thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because next week I have a whole slew of Infinity War videos planned, surrounding these things. I'm not gonna make it this weekend because it's super spoilery. I'm most likely gonna start them around next week Tuesday, even though some other people may make videos about them. But I think many people should see this movie without looking at any spoilers or anything like that. So I wrote down some key things that stood out to me at the end of this movie. I just wrote down some things that stood out to me, and first I gotta say, man, is wow, this is literally my favorite Avengers movie out of the 3 Avengers movies. Of course, the first Avengers, Age of Ultron, and this one. So far, this is my favorite Avengers movie. And for you Thanos fans out there, if you're a Thanos fan, you're gonna love this movie. If you want real stakes, you're gonna love this movie. This movie brought real stakes. It brought real challenge. It brought some real things, and like people are in trouble, dude. It brought some real things to this movie. And if you want a change in pace and you want a change in feel of a superhero movie, this is going to be your movie. This is, I would say, is a well balanced film when it comes to a lot. It had its comedy, because Marvel's known for it. It has its comedy, it has its very emotional moments, and it has some very serious and dark tones, and also some very, very, very bad things. So it's just a slew of everything jammed into one movie, and it was balanced properly. Every single character had a chance to shine, had their moment to shine. I gotta say, Thor is my favorite character in this. Favorite character in this movie, stood out to me the most. Really loved what they did with Thor. I'm not gonna touch too much on that. Really love what they did with a lot of these characters, and like I said, I felt every character had their thing. They gave Thanos a personality. They gave Thanos a sense of, like I said, realness. They gave Thanos a sense of purpose. They brought us into the mind of Thanos. They brought and proper usage of the Infinity Stones, in my opinion. Somebody who's read Infinity Gauntlet, somebody who's read, and I would say this movie is a pretty good combination of Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos Quest. I would say it's kind of a mixture of that. But in my opinion, for somebody who knows what the Infinity Stones are capable of, I felt this movie used the Infinity Stones in ways that we have never seen before. They've used certain elements, and there's nothing that you can predict about this movie. Maybe a couple things you can predict, but there's nothing that you can predict about this movie. Things will hit you from left or right. There's gonna be so many things that you're not gonna expect. I think and I would say at the end of the movie, that people were left with it's literally, my theater was packed full of people, just fully packed. There was not one seat that was empty. Every single seat in this theater was packed with people, and it was probably the most crowded I've ever seen at any movie premiere, in my opinion. It was, or from my experience, sorry, that I've ever seen. at the end of the movie, you had people laughing, you had people screaming, yes! You had people excited, you had people crying, you had people angry, you had people don't know what life is. You just had every single emotion was brought out from this movie. And this movie did some things I didn't think they were going to do with certain characters and certain ways they did certain things. It did some things that I never thought they had the guts to do with certain story elements. And I mean, I gotta say, Thanos is the best villain that this MCU has ever seen so far, man. Every villain that we've seen for every MCU movie has been very lackluster, and if you focus, very lackluster and very underwhelming, and hasn't really brought anything new to the table. Pretty much everybody's story has been the same, their motivation has been the same, and oh, I want to conquer the world for this reason, oh, I want to do this for that reason, or whatever. Thanos made every single MCU villain look like paperweight. It just made him look like nothing. Okay, Thanos' purpose was explained, he was properly developed, and he had so many movies to develop. We had from the very first Avengers movie up to now, where we saw Thanos was being introduced, and over time has been developed into what was given to us this weekend. So I would say this weekend, please see the movie. Go and watch the movie. If you're a Marvel fan, if you're an MCU fan, you need to watch the movie this week. Do not put it off for another week. If you financially can't afford to see it this week, or you just don't have the time, that's understandable. But if you can afford to see it and you have the time to go see it, don't put it off next week because you're lazy or anything. Go watch it this weekend. Stay away from as many spoilers as you can. I cannot stress this enough because people are just posting spoilers from left to right and left to right. And one thing I wanted to address too with this little video, here that I wrote, is that some people were complaining about CGI. Let me explain this right now. This is my opinion on this. This is what urges me, and I talked a little bit about this in my Venom trailer reaction. Is if you do not want, if you have an issue with the CGI and you don't think it's up to par, you go and do it yourself. You go and edit these characters yourself. Do you know how long it takes to render these characters? Do you know how long it takes to do the modeling and the mocap? Do you know how hard that work is, bro? Do you know how hard that is? If I see anybody complaining about the CGI, I'm gonna just tell you to shut the hell up. Because it's like, I mean, what more do you want? You're giving us a movie that we have wanted for over 10 years. And they have done it to the best of their ability. The production value on this movie, in my opinion, was the best they could have ever done. This is the best looking Marvel movie, I would say. Even better than Black Panther 2 Black Panther as far as it looks. Okay, Black Panther is still one of my favorites for certain reasons. But Infinity War is definitely up there taking the cake for me. Alright, so if you're complaining about CGI, go do it yourself. Shut up and go do it yourself. You don't know how long it takes to do this stuff. Designing models and things. This stuff takes forever, dude. That's some hard stuff to do. So unless you know how to do it better, you can actually do it better, go do it yourself or shut up. You know what I'm saying? See, people, I mean, literally, I see some, like, as soon as the movie ended, there were some guys a couple seats down from me complaining about the CGI. Like, that's the first thing they complained about, was the CGI. I'm like, it wasn't even that bad. Yes, Thanos was a CGI character. Yeah, you had some CGI things like that in this movie. But what more do you want from a computer? It's a digital product. It's not going to look super real. And even if they were to spend to make it look super real, it would take a lot more time, and we would never have Avengers. We would never have this movie now. It probably would have taken them a couple years if they really wanted it to look lifelike. Go hire some real actors, let them do practical effects, or you go do it yourself. Anyway, let me not spend too much time on that. I already mentioned that everybody had enough time to shine, and I also mentioned that the story was fun and serious and had all types of emotion to it. And I can't stress enough that Thanos is literally the best villain that I have seen in general. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing held back from this guy. This guy was literally a full force. From the beginning of this movie, you saw the threat of Thanos was already shown to you. You knew when this guy stepped in the room, damage was about to be done. Work was about to get done, bro. You already knew. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my initial thoughts right now, guys. Like I said, I want to keep this spoiler free. I can go in depth with certain things. There were a few things here and there that I didn't so much really like. A couple of little things, but nothing major for me to really say that this movie sucked or was horrible. I really enjoyed this movie personally. I had a great time. I'm left on a very conflicting note. I have a lot of theories running through my mind and through my head, and I'll save those for videos next week. I have a lot of things running through my mind right now, as far as videos, as far as Infinity War is concerned. But best Marvel movie so far, best MCU movie so far, best Avengers movie. Everybody Had Time to Shine. Soundtrack by Alan Silvestri was way better than I thought it was going to be. Emotional moments hit, and it hit hard. And things hit. Fun moments hit, and it hit hard. Lots of things hit, and it hit hard. I would say this movie was close to the most perfect thing that we could see, and I enjoyed every second of this movie. They did everything. It had everything I wanted it to be in this movie. Everything I wanted was there. And I cannot leave complaining. If there's still people complaining about this movie, then they're not looking like. I don't get it. What is there to complain about this movie? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing but good things I can say about this movie, man. I really loved it. You know, and the reason why, you know, and anyways, what I'm about to explain is actually kind of spoilery, so I'm not even going to talk about it even further. I'm just going to leave the video here, guys. Go watch Avengers Infinity War. Go check it out. Go check it out with your family. Go check it out with your friends, whoever you got to check it out with. And we'll just leave it there, man. We'll pick this up with a discussion sometime next week. I'll see if I can get somebody on here to talk this movie through with me. And I'll do a more in-depth review and go into details once some more people have had some time to see the movie. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Clockmaster out.